until it hits third. But here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. Oh, representing T1, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. So, let us go. As again, Classic is waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this series, for the winner of this PvT. Coming into this, ByuN and herO, they face off very, very often, and typically it is in favor of herO. herO does come in as the favorite player, of course, but ByuN can threaten him, and ByuN is often very unique in his own builds as well. Very unique. He's very stylistic. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. As for now, it is going to be double gas. Double gas opener out of ByuN. He's going for a faster factory. He's going for a delayed CC. And herO does confirm. Yeah, there we go. Does confirm the build, does confirm the opener. So again, this is going to be a more tech-heavy start. If we were casting Maru or ryung, I would look at this and I'd be like, ooh, there's a chance that we go for a one-base all-in. Especially on Ruby Rock. But ByuN, he's usually one to just go for a factory, then a delayed CC in towards the early game. Rarely seen one-base all-ins by ByuN. That's why he does it. True. Cap. But now there's that factory. Again, here it's fully aware. Because of this tech-heavy start, there's a chance that we open up Reaper Hellion, and usually the Protoss player responds and reacts with safety batteries in both the main base and the natural. Just because there's a chance it's going to be heavy Reaper Hellion aggression. There's no guarantee. This could be for early Cyclone production. This could be for a committed Mine Drop play. This could be for additional, say, faster Banshee play and Cloak Banshee, I should say. There's lots of different varieties and builds available here for ByuN as the follow-up. But herO should be playing safe after the scout. Now herO does attempt to delay. Reaper does turn around, catching at the probe. CC on the high ground. Okay, CC is going to be on the high ground. We do get the reactor on the racks, but that is not a naked factory. That's going to be a faster tech lab. So no Reaper Hellion. No Hellion production. With this, we can go into earlier Cyclones instead, and even earlier tanks. Yeah, so preserving that gas. Cyclone production has begun. There's that safety battery here on the low ground for herO. Again, herO doesn't know what's coming his way. Not yet. He's just trying to scout, trying to get eyes on the add-ons. Pokes up the ramp, does spot the reactor. Didn't see much else. First Reaper does move in. Okay, the battery does defend. I believe there was no battery in the main. Yeah, no battery in the main base. So here he's cutting some corners here, and he's going to be fine. Catching out the Reaper. ByuN fails the scouts. Behind this, we could be seeing a Stargate opener. It is going to be Twilight Council, as we can see, but ByuN's not fully aware. With the early Cyclone, though, we should go for the early push. So Cyclone has arrived. So Cyclone then add-ons up into early Tech Lab on the early starport. This is like some of the earliest like Tech Lab starport play you can get to. Into Raven, not Banshee. So not too committed here with the follow-up. Likewise, you can see that ByuN, he's waiting for the Adepts. The Adepts, they actually go the long way around, and they slip past ByuN. Ooh, does slip by. Does slip by, does slip past. Scout saturation. Does see all the Marines. Knows that there's no Reaper Hellion. Ooh, and does get caught by the Cyclone. Yeah, he's going to get caught out. Cyclone can be repaired. Here, he has to get the hell out of here. Does pull out behind this how many gateways. So we have one gateway in the low ground. We have two in the main, 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink into the Robo. Early Prism does mean that herO can be aggressive, but he should be expanding behind this. Should soon be a Nexus. As herO does move out. As he moves out, the probe is moving in. Moving in to expand. Going to be in here to pick away at the army and to potentially even catch the Cyclone. Okay. Blink is done. Does dive in. Cyclone is going to go down. Nice pickup. Nice catch out of herO. There's a third expansion. And here's looking to contain. To contain and to scout. Dives into the main base, picks off the SCV, gets eyes on the tank, and should lift. Nice save. herO does lift in time. So far, keeping it with ByuN. Does confirm, of course, the lack of additional like Banshee play, for example. He also scouted the Raven as well. True. So herO now is fully aware that he has no concern about Cloak Banshees. He has no concern of Widowmine drops. Picking away at the army, picking up 2 Marines, sorry, 2 SCVs, and trading well. Ooh. Auto turret going for the Prism, but the Prism does get away. That was 2 auto turrets spent. herO pulls out. Oh, the Viking! Ooh, no unload. Yeah, it does not unload. Massive pickup. That's 4 Stalkers going down. Very nice catch here by ByuN. And that means that the auto turrets are worth it. Was worth it. Did something off the Prism, and herO is in a rough position here. Without that Prism, nothing to pressure. There's no pressure, there's no map control. ByuN can build up. Even catching the Observer. Very nice catch. And for all herO knows, this could be a 2-base all-in. We can see the 3rd CC tucked away behind in between the bases, but herO has no idea. So here he has to play it safe. Batteries are on the way, Storm is in production, has to rebuild that War Prism as well. ByuN is building up into the mid game, but he can still push on 2 bases. He can still push out. You see he's trying to bait the army within tank range. Can he bait him? He can! Nice bait. Nice bait by ByuN. Once again, repositioning those tanks. herO does react in time. Does pull away. Back up War Prism into the main base. Viking is on patrol. That's the Zealot drop as well. No Stalkers, so there's no anti-air. ByuN is ready. Oh, here he commits in. Yeah, it's going to be a one-way trip. This is not worth it. It's not worth it. He looks like he will get the tank at least. Tank goes down, so there's a bit of a trade here, but this is a brutal trade for herO. As he should not get away. He should, no stim. Oh, okay. Prism does get away, never mind. As ByuN did not chase down, at the same time he's harassing across the map, 3 probe kills. Storm is now done. herO, he can actually engage with the army as he pushes. ByuN is pushing. Here comes the Storm. Oh no! Oh my god. Okay, Storm does graze. Storm does zone. No major engagements. herO playing with fire. he's gotta be careful. And we're building up. Double Forge is on the way for double upgrades. herO's trying to recover, bearing in mind that the early to mid game so far has been better for ByuN. It's been a stronger start for the Terran player, and that is reflected now when it comes to the main army, when it comes to the size. Although this comes down to the failed aggression, the failed harassment out of herO. ByuN so far is looking solid. Now, the best thing herO can hope for is to engage the army ahead of time. That's why he's sharking around. ByuN should just calm down until Ghosts arrive. The Academy is done. Ghost production is going to be on the horizon. We're going for the Storm drop, but there's not that many SCVs. Yeah, does land some Storms here. 5 SCVs go down, and some damage. Does get 5 SCVs. We gotta be careful. As the Templar is rallying forward, and it's a bit of a misrally. It's gonna be thrown away. Oh, herO, we gotta lock in. We gotta free eye Templar. Gotta calm down, Pappy. And again, ByuN, he's just waiting until Ghosts. He's just turtling up. Setting up his siege tanks, waiting until his ghosts arrive. I would say that the correct thing to do here is to just turtle up until you're maxed and then build up a Liberator army and get your 4th base. But I'm of the opinion that, especially on Ruby Rock, it's difficult to pull that off. Like, it's not an easy map to turtle on. And the 4CC is on the way. We'll see how defensive ByuN plans on being. Colossi on the way for herO. Going for the Stargate. Should be for the Mothership, for the Fleet Beacon eventually. Zealot Rambai runs into the army. Shouldn't get much here. Doesn't get much done. You can see that herO is waiting for the 4th, and when ByuN takes his 4th base, then he should be spreading himself more thin. herO even going for +1 air attack. Are we going for a serious switch into Sky Toss? He might just be setting up. It is getting +1. It is considered to be quite difficult to, like, it is superior to switch and to get into, like, Tempest, into Sky Toss. But it is considered quite difficult to achieve, especially on these smaller maps. Yeah, he's going for it. 3 Stargates, okay. That's crazy. It's been, I'll be honest, it's been a while since we've seen a player attempt to do this at this level of play, this early on. Classic, he was known for this kind of style. This was maybe like a year ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, where Classic was known for like rushing into Carrier, rushing into Tempest in TVP as soon as he could, whenever he saw an opening. But again, it's just so risky to do just because you do leave yourself vulnerable. Okay. I mean, I would say that the pressure's on herO to take a risk, to take a chance. Like, herO is behind, for sure. Like, herO, he is behind because of the early game. Like, herO isn't up. There's a reason why ByuN is max at the moment, and herO is still catching up. But at the same time, like, this is a way to recover. Here we go. We're going into mass carrier, 4 carries at a time. Is ByuN gonna be passive? Is he gonna be stuck at home? Is he gonna let this happen? Scan into the main. Does see the Cybercore researching. That's a sign. Does see the research on the Cybercore. So ByuN sees a +1 flyer attack is on the way. For now, he's getting his fusion core, working towards liberators. ByuN, he's perfecting his army, which is technically the correct thing to do, but it does mean that herO is getting away with the Skytoss transition. He's getting away with it. Mass EMP. Mass EMP bleeding Zealots. herO bleeds out a lot of charge lots here. That was a rough fight for herO. herO's going to be careful. If he takes a bad fight, then he will trigger a counterattack. Again, picking up Marines, switching into Viking production. As he, of course, saw the Colossus. So he does need his Vikings. Once again, picks in. As EMP. So if I were building up to soon to be 12 Vikings, a solid Viking count. And we should soon be seeing a switch into Liberators. Another scan. Still see the Cybercore researching. Still don't see. Yep, 2 more starports. Good read here by ByuN. It is mine because it's been so long. If it's still researching, it's going to be +2, at least +2, and it is. So a stronger sign of Skytoss. Liberators now amassing. Now, when it comes to the kind of, now we see, yeah, he does scan, he does see the mass Stargates, he knows. He now knows. When it comes to his army, do we have to refine this a little bit further here? 8 Ghosts, 12 Vikings. We could do with more Vikings. Typically more Vikings. I would say that his SCV count is too high. Ideally, at this point, we want to be shaving off some SCVs, relying a little bit more on mules and on orbitals. Oh. Storm does crazy army. And if we have less SCVs, we have more supply for army. There's feedbacks here on 2 of the Ghosts. A lackluster Storm. And building in more Liberators, more Vikings. Let's get a nice EMP. A nice EMP here on the carriers. 1 carrier goes down. Vikings, they get punished. So trying to focus on those Vikings. Down to 8. Ooh, down to 8 Vikings. That's not going to be enough. Carriers, they push forward here. There's just not enough Vikings. Not enough, back. So still trying to reinforce. Now getting up to 10. Does recall back home. Okay, he gets out. Does get out with those reinforcing Vikings. herO pulls away. That was not a bad fight. As he did preserve his carriers. Quickly checking here. He lost 2. Okay, he lost 2 carriers. Maintain the rest. Now switching into Tempest. Again, carriers, they don't really scale too well. So as the game progresses, we want to slowly kind of ease off of carriers and ease into Tempest instead. As Tempests are just more efficient. How many gateways do we have? So far, 11. That's a very low gateway count. But herO has no bank. That's the issue here. I mean, the issue is that there just aren't really many bases on Ruby Rock. Like, again, it's a small map that favors aggression. There's just not really much room to work with. Ideally, what you would have is like 20 gateways. So if a fight occurs, and if the Skytoss army gets completely reset, you can go and switch into like Mass Blink Stalker and just catch your opponent off guard who may be overcommitted into too many Vikings and too much of an anti-air army. But that kind of tech switch is not available here as herO has no economy. Or the economy is just not high enough for that sort of thing. Not yet. So the armies are still building up. We have gotten into 7 Tempests, so a decent Tempest count here. And with those Tempests, we can start to shell away at the SimCity, at the turrets, at the planetaries. These batteries are a little bit late. And ideally, we want that kind of outpost to fall back on. You can see the Vikings trying to find a better angle. There are 16 Vikings, they one-shot. They kill one of the Tempests, miscontrol by herO. As soon as you see the Vikings moving in, you have to pull back your Tempest. You got to pull them back. Remember, Tempests have a lot of range, and you have to make use of that space. You have to be able to back off and kite. Gotta respect the dive, you gotta respect the Vikings. Speaking of, oh no! Oh my god, okay. Storm does zone. Catching at a carrier. That's why in the end we want to get rid of all these carriers anyway. Forced to recall. Massive reaction. Massive reaction out of herO. Recall's now on cooldown. Still building up. ByuN is also sneaking out with top right. This space is getting up and running unimpeded. Here he also has to be very careful with these high tempo. Right now they're all clumped up. They're 1 EMP away from just being shut down. So here he has to be careful. Speaking of, here come the ghosts. Oh, he wants EMPs. Oh my god, we just mentioned it. Massive EMPs here, catching at every single high tempo. No storms. herO, he was clumped up. ByuN is listening to the stream. He's got it. All right, Lai, you're right. They are clumped up. And now I can move in. Now you can just bully back the army, mass liberation zones. Oh, Ghost overextend, okay. But the Archons, though, yeah, just being thrown away here. Massive shots on the Liberators. Archons go down. But does reset that ground army. Tempest is slowly gaining ground. We need more Vikings. We need more Vikings. Does snipe the mothership. Not bad. Mothership goes down. There's that ground switch. Into Blink Stalkers. Needs that support. It does need it. Likewise, ByuN also reinforcing with Marines. We don't really have a bank to work with. ByuN also making whatever he can. And through sheer economy, herO might just have this. Like here, he has what, a 3k gas bank, 1k minerals. herO can afford these trades. ByuN cannot. ByuN is broke. Massive storm. Massive storm. God, the Skytest army is so low on HP. It's so low. But again, free shots with the Tempest. Free shots going up. Again, you can just see just how condensed the map is. How constricted it is. Like, we're just so close to each other. There's just one base to the other. Planetary's getting low. Once again, nice EP. Very nice EMPs, but there's still a storm behind this. There's only one High Templar. Just the one. That's a little bit risky. Lands. Nice EPs at the same time. ByuN going for his Runby. He runs into a planetary. ByuN building up his bank. Again, top right is paying off. Oof. Claiming top right. We're now getting up to 7, soon to be up to 11 Tempest. It's a lot of Tempest. Yeah, just punishing the Vikings at this point. You snipe one. He does graze the army. This time herO does split up his High Templar. Let's go. He splits him up. Ship comes in just in time. In. Here comes the EMPs. Oh, no quite connecting. Ghost getting bullied. EMP on the Tempest. EMP. Storms are denied. Once again, nice EMPs here by ByuN. Vikings, they do snipe. Oh, barely. Not actually. They barely kind of one-shot. Never say move in. Ooh, gets one. Takes that one Tempest. Once again, nice EMPs. We need more storms. And storms they punish. Yeah, storm does connect. And once again, what's really killing ByuN here as we storm ourselves a little bit is that ByuN, he has no bank. Right? ByuN, he's spending all of his money that here and now. Here he's got 4k in the bank. herO does get punished. Losing another Tempest. Another Tempest goes down to 6. Down to 6 Tempest. Planetary goes down. The Planetary goes down. Ooh, lack of repairs. Yeah, no repair. Planetary falls. Massive pickoff. Again, ByuN, he was struggling economically to begin with. And now does herO rotate to the top side as we have a fresh expansion on the way, or do we keep pushing? Do we make use of this and keep pushing in towards a third? So Runby does spot the expansion. We're going to be storming the mineral line. Oof. Yeah, Dust Storm. Brutal connections, 13 SCV kills. ByuN, he responds to everything. No. Yeah, here he responds 26 SCVs. Can he kill the planetary? He can. Oh my god. Yeah, planetary goes down as well, and ByuN is falling apart. Losing 2 mineral lines, losing 2 expansions, and now here comes herO. Oh, be careful. Gets another. 3rd planetary falls. And now we're just committing. Yeah, now we're just diving in. ByuN is all in. It's all or nothing. Nukes on the main army. He nukes. And the nuke will land. Oh my god, never mind. Barely does not. Denies the nuke back. Yeah, nuke is barely denied. Once again, fortified out in the open. Down to 9 Vikings. And there's still no expansion. Yeah, we're still just trying to re-expand. Orbitals are floating over, bearing in mind they're orbitals, not planetaries. They're weaker. They're more vulnerable, I should say. We just blink in. Yeah, we just blink in. And you got the tanks, the liberators, the economy as well. Oh, the boys! They're fighting. Oh no. The boys are coming in. The SCV's in shambles. Oh no. They're being tased to death. Aye. Okay. Marines that respond, they will clean up the mineral line. I'm gonna get the excess workers. Bringing my hero's mind out, so he doesn't need them. Throws them away. Takes down another expansion. And now here he can rotate. He can rotate over. He can focus on the northern bases. Here is coming. Back in a Colossus to slay in the game. Let's go. Got 3 Colossi. Oh. Speaking of, 1 Colossus does get caught. Some panic storms. herO taking ByuN's bases. Oh, the boys are back. Oh no. They're a menace. They kill 4 SCVs. The probe run by actually worth it, unironically. Only in hero's games. You know the hero was waiting for the moment where he killed the planetary to make probe run bys viable. It's like, oh, okay. The boys are online. We can go. It's waiting for that moment. ICP. And ICP does force a recall. Recalling with the mothership, and oh, ByuN's out of position. Completely out of position. These bases are going to fall. Massive pickups. ByuN cannot expand. We catch out the ByuN army as well. Oh my god. Tempest have to pull away. Vikings, they catch 1. They catch 1 Tempest, and they get another. Second Tempest goes down. Decent pickles with the Vikings, but again, we have plenty of storms coming in. Storm does graze. GG gets called. ByuN is broke. ByuN can't afford anything, and ByuN, I was saying herO, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO, he will claim the game. He will take a lead in the series. Again, a very intense back and forth here by both herO and ByuN. Went all the way to the late game. I was so winding it back here. If you remember, ByuN had the stronger early and mid game. ByuN, he was ahead. And what did ByuN do with that lead? Well, he decided to get further ahead, which makes sense. To claim a 4th base, to turtle up, to build up into Viking Ghost Liberator. The problem with this, though, is that herO did recognize early on, and herO was behind. If you remember, he was behind, he was pressured, and herO, he went for the bold decision to go into quadruple Stargate mass carrier production very early, very, very early on. But he was behind, he had to take a risk, and on top of that, ByuN was turtling up himself, right? Like ByuN, he had relinquished map control. If ByuN was more active and aggressive, then ByuN could have punished herO, but ByuN was turtling up quite hard. So upon recognizing that, herO, he got away with it. He got away with his carry switch, then eventually into Tempest switch as well, and herO was able to take advantage of a greater economy and a more efficient army. Just so many free volleys going off with the Tempest. We saw that ByuN was making the correct force to deal with that, going into his own Liberator Viking Ghost composition, but because of how small the map is, there just wasn't really much room to work with, not really many bases either, a very low base count on Ruby Rock, and ByuN had an economy issue, right? Like ByuN, he just couldn't afford these trades, couldn't afford these losses. He had no money to work with. GG. If you recall, he was struggling, and it took him a long time to maintain and to take over the northern bases as well. But GG, well played. And with that, we're now going to be loading into 10,000 feet. It's going to be loading into game número 2. Once again, another smaller map. Smaller map. Let's go. Just catching up. Clearly, that has a time machine. It's sending messages to me. I'm true. Let's go. We need to go back, Marty. Yeah. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself. We have the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Go. Let's as ByuN does go for the fake proxy. Going for the fake proxy. Rax gets thrown down. Famines. Let's go. Let us go. As we are going for our fake proxy Rax here on ByuN's side of the map, but likewise behind this is going to be double gas. We'll see how we open up. From here, again, ByuN is trying to force an overreaction, as it looks like he's going to be proxying his factory as well. He's trying to make it look like a one-base all-in. And we'll see if herO falls for it. Let's go. Here he does scout both gases, he does see the lack of racks, and here does he check the pocket area here. Where are we headed? Does check behind the natural initially, then behind the third, and does he check the triangular third location? Does check the forward location first. Checks the forward third base. Then checks the linear third. So far here he expands. There's no strong reaction here, going for the adept. And here it goes back in. Okay, he's going back in. Rax is floating back home. Reaper is going to be revealed. This confirms that the Rax is back at home. Here knows. Solid read out of herO. He will disrupt the wall. Bunker gets thrown down as there's an opening. Adepts are moving out. And herO doesn't take the bait. herO. In the end, ByuN kind of disrupted himself, as now he has to float his buildings and float back into the main, and now it's a bit of a messier start. For those that are curious, ByuN was hoping he could mind game herO, make it look like an all-in, and have herO overreact and go like for initial Zealot early on, a Robo, delay the expansion, force some kind of reaction, but herO was unfazed. Yeah, unfazed here. Reaper gets caught, and ByuN is stuck on one base. He's stuck here on the high ground. herO freely saturating. See, the problem here with trying to mind game herO is that you're trying to force like a defensive reaction out of herO, but herO, even if he scouts a confirmed all in, he reacts with aggression. Like that's like that's herO. Like that's like just naturally he's gonna be in your face. Oh, faster TC, hyper greed out of ByuN. He's behind, right? So it's kind of similar as last game for herO, where herO was in a really rough position, so herO took the chance and took the risk of going into mass Stargate. Here it's similar, where ByuN is behind, ByuN, he's in a rough position, ByuN's response is fast third CC. That's his way back into this game, is to be hyper greedy. And if this goes on scale, 4 gameplay, no! We just spoke about this. We were like, no, yeah, like here, his typical reaction is to be aggressive. He's going 4 Blink Stalker blindly. He doesn't see the third CC, by the way. He doesn't know that ByuN is being hyper greedy, but he's reacting with 4 Blink. Hyper aggression out of herO. And this will punish ByuN, 100%. Oh, no. And he doesn't even know. But you could argue that maybe because herO knows that he's ahead and herO knows that ByuN is behind, that ByuN would take a risk like this. 3 layers of mind game, maybe. But here comes a prism and here come the reinforcements. Oh boy. It's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a very tough hold here. Remember that the production and the army here is already smaller to begin with because the production had to lift and land, right? Had to lift and float over and land, so it's already disrupted. It's already a rough start. There's no bunker. We do have 2 tanks in position, okay? So breaking this forward position is going to be difficult, but there is an opening into the main. There is an opening. Here come the mass warpins. Here comes herO. And does he blink into both tanks? And if he does, can he even break him? He's going for it. The unsiege! No, he unsieges! He blinks in! 1, 2 tanks go down. Very unfortunate moment to unsiege. Does it get an extra volley off? Okay. Does get a volley off. Stalkers, they pull away. So messy engage here by herO. It was messy. But there's no tank, right? There's no tank behind this. He can just bully the army. There's no stim. Bunker is not yet done either. And these stalkers are low, but here he can just keep pushing. He can just keep on pushing. Bunker will finish, but it's on its own. herO pulls away, catching at the Cyclone. 10 SCV kills. That was just such an unlucky moment to unsiege. Like, that was... Here he rotates towards the main, and there are 0 tanks. There's 1, right? There's about to be 1 tank, but 1 tank is not going to be good enough. He goes in, denies stim. Stim is denied. Tank is revealed. Going for the other add-on, takes down the reactor as well. Here comes herO. He rotates. He rotates over, pushing towards the natural. He's moving in. And behind this, we don't even need the Dark Shrine. Anytime Dark Shrine. Let's go. GG gets called. GG gets called. And herO will overwhelm herO, who claimed the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. This is an example of trying to mind game someone when there is no mind, Bobby, right? Like, ByuN, he was trying to fake an all-in and fake some cheese. herO did not care. He just went for a standard opener anyway. He was like, whatever. Like, and he called his bluff. Like, herO called ByuN's bluff, called it correctly. ByuN behind it because it was behind. He went for hyper greed into a fast third TC. And here he was already just going to 4 blink because he already had an edge. He already had a lead anyway. So even if there wasn't a third TC on the way, it was still going to be a difficult defense there by ByuN. herO, he just went for it, just went 4 blink stalker, overwhelmed, broke on through. GG. GG, well played. Just again, from the very beginning, just a very shaky start from ByuN. It's the risk you take when you try to mind game early on that hard and didn't quite work out. Again, the production was delayed, everything was lackluster. Fast third CC meant the follow production was also delayed as well, and the upgrades, like, GG. GG, well played with that. Congratulations. We will not be able to stop the PvP finals. It is going to be herO and Classic in those grand finals and a best of 5. Oh boy. Let's go. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Going to be going on a short break here, just catching up with the chat. Just catching up. Not a single Terran is having this YouTube chats. Not a single Terran is having fun this season versus Protoss. No matter what you do, Protoss can out macro, Terran can outproduce units. That is not the case. I do want to bring it back to, for example, game one, right? Game one, I do apologize if I misrepresented it, but game one, ByuN was in a better position. And if herO didn't rush into SkyToss, I should have emphasized this fact actually. If herO didn't rush into SkyToss, herO would have been in a worse position, right? Like ByuN had a stronger early game, had a stronger mid game, was going to be the first player to max out as well, the first to push. And if we only had a gateway composition, then herO would have had a really rough time on Ruby Rock. But because he rushed into SkyToss, like that was his way in. That was his way to gain a lead. And it's quite rare to see that rush into SkyToss, I should emphasize. Like ByuN was in the driver's seat initially before losing control of that game. Likewise, I should also mention that for the most part, I think I agree in the sense that a lot of Terran players are embracing a lot of aggression instead. It's either one or the other. It's the two extremes. Either be hyper aggressive with all-ins or be more defensive. And we have seen some Terran players enjoy and actually thrive instead all-ins. There's certain Terran players that actually have really strong TVP as a result of that. But getting into longer game states is very stressful, I would say. It's not easy to approach that kind of style. And we do see some players be successful with that. Players like Clem, players like Cure, players like Maru as well, True, who's very much so known for being able to turtle up and defend and build up into a stronger late game. That is true. Terran players can have stronger late games, but it's very dependent on the mid game. But for now, going to be jumping into our grand finals. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon after the short break, and we'll see you with those finals. With that best of 5.